You know what, like, if you come in with a bit of a chip on your shoulder, you're going to find that your journey's going to be quite tense.
Is it best to be an OSG first, then prison officer, or straight to prison officer?
I think personally it's best to be an OSG first. When I joined the prison service, I'd done 2 weeks as a shadow period, and then I went straight to college to do my training. Now I've been in the job a lot longer, and I've seen newer recruits come in. They spend a lot of time in the OSG group, working in different areas, just the sort of random jobs that you won't ever do as an officer, but it gives you that experience.
I think it'd be really good for people that are definitely interested in joining the prison service. It eases you in, and it gets you that opportunity to work on nights in some jails, and I think it can be really good for, just like you say, the general knowledge of the jail.
What training are you provided with before you start your job as a prison officer? So I went to the actual prison college at Newbold. That's pretty much run by the prison service, and it's got accommodation on site, food, gym. They try and explain at the start, and they're very good in explaining that you're just learning all the basics here. We don't expect you to know and learn everything, because there's so much to learn, and you learn a lot of it when you come to the job.
And you do get training refreshers as well when you're in the job
job
role. What is your biggest achievement during your time as a prison officer?
I think for me, kind of where I'm sat today as a custodial manager, I've always kind of looked at myself as just an officer or worker, not so much holding a rank. So I think for me it was growing confidence.
I think mine's the same really. I look back at 3.5 years ago when I joined during COVID and how hard that was. And I think going through that and the progression that I've made in that time, I agree with you, my confidence has skyrocketed. Areas do sort of look at people for progression, and I would never have believed that someone would have looked at me and thought progression.
How do I start my journey to becoming a prison officer?
So I went through the application process online. So I was looking at doing a criminal, I think it was a criminal profilist thing at university, and I really wanted to do it, but I didn't quite get the qualifications. And then as I was looking at stuff like that was related to it, it popped up in the corner, clicked on it, and you literally just go through an application.
Yeah, I'm pretty much kind of the same. I applied and I felt like the whole process was really easy. You know, they sort of like send you all the information. It wasn't like you had to submit a CV and then you get called in for an interview. It's all kind of done step by step. So you sort of do an online application, then you do like an online written test, and
it's very structured, isn't it? It's easy to follow. You just go to the MOJ website, and
really
then
good.
It should just have like any vacancies for OSGs, officers, or anything like that. Aren't you scared of being beaten up by prisoners?
Do you know what? Like, if you come in with a bit of a chip on your shoulder, you're going to find that your journey is going to be quite tense. Whereas if you come in and actually build a rapport and treat these people as human beings, and actually you never walk in feeling scared.
I'll be honest, even during COVID, I never felt uncomfortable, worried, scared. And I think that's partly because of the team that you're around.
Oh, massively.
That means a lot. If a prisoner is doing wrong, a lot of the time, other prisoners would be like, don't speak to
so-and-so like
so-and-so
that.
like
I
that.
agree.
And there's general alarms everywhere. You've got your radio with your alarm button on there. You've got the net, and you've got your voice to shout if anything does happen. But like I said, never really felt like that's been necessary.
What's the most challenging part of the job?
I think it depends on
the type of person that you are, and what sort of challenges you come across and how you deal with stress. I find with myself doing this job, working under pressure can be quite challenging.
For me, I think it would have been adapting to people's different emotions. You have to sit there in front of people and be like, I understand what you're saying, but the prisoner's like, you don't understand what I'm saying because you haven't had my life. But I'm trying to understand, let me understand. And that's the whole thing, them sort of letting you understand is the biggest barrier.